You ever watch that Mark Wahlberg movie, Pain and Gain?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the beginning of the movie is where it shows him like he's like a personal trainer. He's like, all I really do is count reps for people.
Yeah.
And then there's a scene where he flexes in the mirror, Mark Wahlberg, and he goes, "Come on!" And he like flexes like as hard as he can as he's saying, "Come on." And he like doesn't have like the build that he wants.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the guy next to him, the black guy that he's with, and he's like, "Aren't you tired of this?" He's like, "Don't you want to get out of here?" And the guy's like, "No, man, I love this." Like, cause he's like, "I come here every day, hit on the girls." He like loves it, thinks he has everything. I usually do like a bullshit run or two, and then go down to the bottom and just kind of like warm up with some track exercises, and then start sprinting.
I think if you try running with stiffer legs, up and as long as you can, that'll help.
Okay.
Every inch, every degree your knee is bent, more muscular effort. Versus if you can bounce on top of your bones and connective tissue, it's like prolonged at onset.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you start off, that's the challenge with hill sprints. Because you have to pick your leg up higher. You have to push off the back leg in order to give yourself more time to get that leg underneath you. So it's more muscle extension. But you can imagine if I'm trying to extend from here, harder than trying to extend from here. Make the effort to be tall early on. That gives you more height to land.
I'll give it a try.
You're good.
Like, so you need to push an athlete really hard and try to figure out push them beyond what they think they can do. That's your job as a coach, is to push them beyond what they think they can do. Almost like a drug. Like a drug takes you places you otherwise wouldn't normally be able to get to.
Yeah.
Or it takes you there in a different way, and that's what a coach is supposed to do.
Yeah.
But it's like you have to push them so hard that you figure out how much shit can they handle and still recover well from it. And he goes, then maybe you dial it back. But and we had Mark Kerr on the podcast, and he was trained by my friend TR, who's a strength coach too. And TR would tell people, like, you're dead. Like, you just did box jumps, you did wall balls, you did burpees, and then you wrestled for 2 minutes with somebody. And he'd be like, look in the mirror. And everybody'd be like this all the time, like, look in the fucking mirror. It's like, what are you telling yourself right now?
Yeah.
Like, you got other shit to do, you got other places to be, right?
Yeah.
It's like, keep looking at yourself. Keep telling yourself those lies, and remember what you told me, that you want to be a champion. You want to be fucking better than you were yesterday.
That's horrible.
He's like, just remember all that, because that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, how much longer is going to, I wonder how many sets coach is going to give us today.
We used to do that in rowing, because we'd have our morning practices, we're on the lake, in the erg room, and there's big walls and mirrors, and you would just put you in front of that, and like you'd have to go, and you could see the number exactly how long, and it's like, you could see, you're just staring at yourself. The only thing to look at, the only thing interesting is your face, and you realize, like, if I tell myself that I'm tired, you see the guys doing them 5x500s and that kind of stuff, like, oh. But it's like, you tell yourself you're tired, you're gonna be tired.
Right.
It's all a play.
All right, here we go. Set number 3.
Go.
I had Jason Khalipa do some banded deadlifts one time because I knew it would completely fry his energy system because of how fast you can do them.
Yeah.
And the speed of it is like probably equivalent to like an air squat, or the speed maybe like the ski erg, like pretty fast, you know, because it's toot, and
Yeah.
you don't have a lot of weight on there. And I made him do sets, I think, with like 185, which is enough weight to be fast
That's still heavy
with the
too.
band tension, but also just light enough to move fast.
Yeah.
So I had him do a couple sets in a row. And the guy that I was with, I hit him and I go, I fucking got him. Like, look at him. And he's fucking like, he's on the ground. He gets up, he's on one knee. He's like here. And then he's like here. He stands up. He's kind of white. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, you really
Like
got
I fried him. And he goes like this. He goes, what's next?
Hey, man.
Color came back and he was fine. I go, what in the fuck? What just happened right there, you know?
I laid you up for days.
I was like,
man.
I was all pumped. I was like, yeah, I got him. This is CrossFit champ. And I was like, I knew it would work, you know? I was all excited. And then he was totally fine, which I wasn't trying to kill him. I wanted to find something to give him that I thought could be useful in his workouts, you know?
Give his attention.
But he recovered so easy. I was like, damn, that guy's a fucking animal. Now he's doing jujitsu.
Yep.
Jiu-jitsu. He looks like he's moved on to a lot of other things. Looks like he's doing well.
Yeah, people need something to channel that competitive drive into.
Yeah. What we just did, even though we did some sprint drills beforehand, we really just did a running workout.
Yeah, very.
That's more in the category of like running. Even though sometimes you get fatigued and it feels like you're going about as fast as you can go at some points. I didn't really reach that today, but like you start to get close to that, but that's still not really
Yeah.
like a full-on sprint. So that's like a running workout. And as you were pointing out earlier, it's like maybe it ends up in the field of like, or the category of conditioning, right?
I feel like the first part, when you can no longer stay tall of your legs and you feel your knees start to soften,
Yeah.
that's when you turn it. Like if you wanted just a sprint sensation from that, you would stop right there, which
Yeah.
is about like within about the first 5 seconds or so of that, the kind of incline. But then to like continue to push past that, the distance would turn into that.
So I do all kinds of different stuff for myself. Like I'll do that where I do it in one spot sometimes. And sometimes I do that out of convenience because I have like stuff with me, keys and stuff, and I'll hide my keys and stuff so nobody F's with it and bury it somewhere or whatever. And then I'll come back to it later. It probably looks like I'm picking up some drug drop or whatever, but
Squirrel.
it's just my fanny pack, which is full of trend. And then other times I do everything a little bit more fun. Like you saw us do the drills at the bottom. I'll sometimes just do drills as I'm walking.
Yep.
I could literally just be on a walk, and sometimes like parkour shit a little bit and like do hops and jump up on stuff and jump down from stuff. I saw this picnic table the other day and I was like, I wonder what it'd be like if I jumped up in the air and landed off of that, because I haven't done anything like that in a long time. It's probably about as high, maybe about as high as that wall. And I jumped down from it, and it felt pretty good. But I also got this sensation all over my whole body. It made me start sweating.
Yeah.
I broke out into a fucking sweat, almost like I was getting worked on.
That's what I was saying, that conditioning, it's like very specific. Like if you go from sitting down to standing up in jiu-jitsu, you can like immediately be exhausted because your cortisol is high, and then that affects your blood chemistry.
But the main point of some of this is like, just fucking have fun.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to look up stuff from the Barefoot Sprinter and get specific workouts, then he's the guy to go to. Go for the program for the feet and pay attention to those programs, but also have the agency to understand that he made up a lot of stuff by just learning and investigating and having fun. And so did I. And that's how we come to these things. That's why we're so fired up and excited. And you're like, man, these guys won't shut up about the sun. They won't shut up about the walks. It's because we got really fired up about it and got excited about it. Try to find a way to implement some of this stuff in a way that gets you excited about it. It doesn't have to be so regimented all the time.
Yeah. But it's to the point, if you need a regiment that keeps you to do it, you've no longer connected with your body to that. And that's good to get people started, right? Like you may need to disconnect from the overwhelming sensation, just follow a plan. But at some point, when that plan becomes the routine that you're no longer excited to do or interested in, odds are you've disconnected from some basic movement that allows you to like feel like a human. Like we like doing this stuff because of the way we feel afterwards.
It's like they say, like when the measure becomes like the thing.
Yeah, when a measure becomes a test, it ceases to become a measure. It ceases to be a measure.
Yeah, and so like if Graham's like, hey, you should be able to do a layup from the right side, you should be able to do a layup from the left side, be able to shoot some free throws with your right, shoot some free throws with your left, and shoot a three-pointer with your right, shoot a three-pointer with your left, and land all of them at some point, out of however many shots you need to take to make them. Well, once you go out there every day to practice that and to only do that, that's when I think a lot of times it becomes not so much fun, not so fun anymore.
Well, the thing would
like
be
you should
saying,
be able to go and do it, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like you're going to be, how do I know I'm a good basketball player, Mark? Well, when you can do this. Okay, so you go practice that, you come back. Well, you've missed the point. The point of that is, generally speaking, if you can do these things, it means you've done enough of the other stuff as well to play basketball and familiarize yourself.
Yeah, now you have a defender and you can't figure out how to play.
Yeah, like a good example of today, we don't know the exact distance. We don't know the time. You know, like we just went out because we're searching for a sensation within, which is, okay, I want my legs to feel this way and I want my lungs to feel this way. Okay, if we want it to be a conditioning stimulus, then our legs would feel a different way than if we wanted to be just a sprint stimulus. But either way, it's still the same idea that, you know, we're not necessarily letting the numbers dictate our view of success relative to like what it is that, did we achieve the thing?
We came out here together to do it. And you get energy from each other.
True.
And you can race each other, that's fine. But we didn't really, you know, and I asked him, I said, hey, could you start a little bit later so that I can make sure the distance isn't so great between us? Because he's able to pass me up pretty easily, but even though I'm slower than him, he's using me as a little bit of a gauge. It takes him X amount of energy to pass me up.
I worked way harder than if it was just like me. I guess I'm gonna go, because halfway through that, you're like, you know. But having a person to go with makes it real.
Like there's Mark, it's on camera, I gotta leave him in the dust.
Never.
And then he went, Row. And so this last one, we're just gonna go down here. And this is just like, it's like a quarter mile probably run. Maybe,
all the way back up to where we went?
Yeah, maybe, it might even be a little further than that, but like right around that amount. Doing some stuff that has less intensity, it requires a lot less stuff. So even though we did the drills today, I don't need any drills to go and do that workout. I don't need any, I really don't need a warm up at all. Maybe, well, not at all, but I would probably run the hill like twice. And that would be my like warm up. And then I would run the hill the way that we did for a few sets and be out of there. So it's nice because you can kind of compress the time a little bit on that if for some reason you needed to. But the drills are gonna be really beneficial in the long run. And that's the way you gotta look at these things. It's not anything you can feel or see right away. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take probably weeks, months, years for you to really notice. You'll feel coordination stuff happen pretty rapidly. But the gains, they take a while. But if you're doing it for a long time, you should be less likely to hurt yourself, and it should be easier. All right, snuck in a workout there with the Barefoot Sprinter. Hopefully try to get together with you maybe a couple times a month, get some workouts in. And that one, I sort of picked that one. Next one, we'll let him pick it. And maybe I'll do it at his place, or maybe we'll go on the treadmill or the track. But we'll keep working on it, and maybe I can be slower and fatter.
You'll at least be tanner than me, that's for sure.
Strength is never weakness, weakness never strength. Catch you guys later. Bye.